A mantra number 19. Hanta chet manyate hantum. Okay. The meaning of this sloka is that if the killer or any doer doing of any bad thing, if he thinks that it is killing, or the person who is killed or hurt, if he thinks that he is hurt or killed, both of them do not know. Why they don't know? Because that is never killed. One, it doesn't kill, nor it is killed. That Atma is never killed or it kills. So who kills? So this is also a repetition of the or Bhagavad Gita. This is also 219. Now let's go to the beautiful sloka number mantra number 20. This you must remember. Honoranian we must remember. Mahimanam Atma. So this is Honoranian Mahatomayan. That means the Atma is subtler than the subtlest. And it is Mahatomayan, greater than the greatest. And where it is? Nihita Guhayam. It is embedded in my heart. The cave of my heart. So a man who is free from desires, Vita Sukha, Tamakradu, the man who is free from desires, with his mind and sense organs composed, he beholds the majesty of this self and becomes free from sorrow. So this is a beautiful mantra that we have taken more time for explanation. So you must know a lot of things we are discussing in this. So another beautiful mantra that you must remember also. I don't know, all of them are so nice. Mantra 21. Ashito duram brajati. Anybody? Ashito duram brajati. Sayano yadi sarpada. Anyway, even if you don't remember it, just remember the meaning of it. Ashito duram brajati. While sitting, it travels far. Sayano yadi sarpada. While sleeping, it goes everywhere. Kastam madamadam devam. Madanyo kyantu mariyati. Who can know this type of thing? Atma, who can know how it is rejoicing or not rejoicing? Madam or amadam. It is becoming happy or not happy. Who else can know except myself? And that Atma is in me. Ashino duram brajati. Similar tone is the mantra 22 also. Or sariragum sarirasu anavastesu swastitam mahantam viv matmanam matva dhiro na sudati. So this is also that Atma, the people know, the wise people know that Atma is bodiless. Okay? Or sariragum sariresu. Even though it is bodiless, it is sitting in the body. Anavastesu avastitam. That is, Utkato, in the perishable body, the permanent Atma is sitting. What is this? Mahantam bevam atmanam matva dhiro nasadis. But dhira, the wise people, don't bother about it, no? Because they know this is a great Atma, this is all-pervading Atma, it will be possible, everything will be possible for it. So let it, in a perishable body, let it be pervading, that Atma is there. Sarira hai ki nahi, wo sharir mein baithta hai. Okay. How to get this Atma we discussed in mantra 23. Nayam Atma pravadane na labhya na medaya na bhavuna srutena yame vaisa vrunute tena labhya tasya Atma vivrunute tanugum swam. Anybody remembers this? This is also in the Bhagavad Gita. See how important mantras are there, in this Katha Upanishad, which Bhagavan Sri Krishna has bodily lifted from the Upanishad and put that in the Gita. So that's the importance of these mantras you must remember. So you cannot attain the Atma or the self by pravachana, by studying the Vedas, or by your intelligence. Na medaya, na bhavana srutena, by also listening to this lot of satsang and all that. You cannot. How it can happen? Yame vaisha brunute tena labhya. The one who brunute means chooses. If you choose Bhagavan, yes, Bhagavan will tell. Right? Tasya atma brunute. If you choose Bhagavan, Bhagavan will choose you. Okay. The choosing Bhagavan, I explained to you that you have to do some effort. That effort is you have to what to call you have to be very of the commitment, you have to the sincerity, and you have to become deserving. Once you are deserving, you think that you are deserving, yes, then the Bhagavan will say yes, tathastu. He will give you the grace. Ishvara, the grace of the God will be there. Once you have the grace of God, you will get moksha. It is not that only because exam pass kar lega, aisa nahi. Okay. So now we come to the next mantra, mantra number 24 of Katha Upanishad. Na virato duscharitat, na santo na samahitah, na santa manaso vapi, pragyane nainamapnuyat. Na virato, na avirata. Avirata means it is not turn away. Not turn away means it is there. Duscharita, na santo, sorry, na virato duscharitat. Duscharita means ducharita, bad conduct, wickedness, foolishness, all that is duscharita. Conduct is not good. Character is not good. Na santo, na samahita, na santo, na asanta. He is not pacified, or he is not cool. Na santo manaso vapi. So he is also sorry, na santo na samahita. Samahita means he is not concentrated. His mind is not concentrated. Samahita. Na santo manaso vapi. That means na asanta manasa vapi. By mind also. His mind is not peaceful. Pragyanena apnuyat. So he cannot also attain by pragyana or intelligence. This is this thing. One who has not turned away from bad conduct, one whose senses are not under control, a person whose mind is not concentrated, whose mind is not free from anxiety and is not peaceful, he can never attain Atma or the liberation through knowledge alone. Only knowledge cannot get you Atma or liberation if you do not have the prerequisite conduct. Actually, these are all part of this sadhana chatushtaya. We have seen that now. But this is put in a different way. Like in the previous mantra, he said, even if you have jnana, you have to be very commitment hona chahiye, sincerity hona chahiye. You have to prove yourself that yes, you are deserving. Then get God's grace and then liberation. Same way, he giving some more qualification of a seeker. How even get liberation. In fact, it is little deviation from the previous mantras where only the Brahma Jnana was there. 18 to 22 was only Brahma Jnana. Now he is giving the qualification of the seeker, how he can or cannot get the Jnana. Okay. So here Yamraj is highlighting the qualification with respect to the inner self. Inner barricades that is created, बाधा विघ्न जो होता है अंदर से, मन से, between the seeker and the sought, or the self itself. So there is always a problem. See, naturally, your mind should be pure. The pure mind, how do you get purification of the mind? All the time we say, everything that you do with the karma yoga, you do jnana, you do this thing, that thing, all the japa, tapa, whatever you do, you're purifying the mind. For what? For the jnana. Mind becomes calm and quiet. That purification of the mind is also being highlighted here. For the purpose of self-realization, for the purpose of attaining liberation, one must have a pure mind. That pure mind is denied to the people who have impure mind. Or the liberation is denied to the people who have impure mind. Impure mind means a person who is not dharmic. He is doing all the dharmic actions. What is adharmic? Adharmic means that which is not natural. Dharma is required for your conduct. You cannot do anything without dharma. If you do something adharmic, then your conduct is not good. Then, so this one part is adharmic persons cannot attain moksha. Whatever even if they study. That means their nature, their conduct should be dharmic. Number two, his senses must be brought under control. Because most of the time, even though we are studying, we are knowing having some knowledge of the scriptures, our senses also go out. And unless you develop a capacity to control your mind, control your senses, and thereby you develop a concentration, focused mind. Focused mind. You cannot have the scattered mind and then say, I'll sit down for dhyana. Very clear. You cannot have mind going here and there and then sit down for dhyana. How? Concentration is required, no? Focus is required. So that's why it is said, chitta samadhana. The mind should be calm and quiet. That's why they say samahita. Samahita means samadhan ho gaya hai. That means the mind is concentrated. So if there is no concentration, then you cannot also attend. You cannot have a scattered mind and you can do this. Okay. Next thing is, your mind should be also peaceful. So how will you find your mind to be peaceful? Your mind should be peaceful by having no anxiety, not thinking of the fruits of labor. I do one work. If I keep on thinking the result of the work, then my mind will be upset. Isn't it? It will not be available for doing any Brahmachintana or Ishwar Bhavana or Prarthana. It will not be available. Even if you do prayer or japa, the mind will be going somewhere else. The anxiety comes up because of too much of thought for the result of your action. Fruits of action. So that can keep you mana santa. Asanta mana nivana. So I give you three things in this. I mean, the Upanishad gives three types of conducts that you should have. One, you should be dharmic. Then, number two, you should have sense organs under control. Number three, your mind should be also focused and concentrate. So, in other words, so these are all negative things. ये नहीं होना चाहिए. But in just what the Upanishad is saying, the mantra indicates how to intensify our sadhana. What qualities, what path we should follow to intensify our sadhana. So, point wise, I'll tell you that the sadhaka must retire from all activities which are immoral, which are unethical, isn't it? A seeker must grow with the moral and ethical living. Any amount of sadhana, such as japa, tapa, puja, havan, can help him only if you have a ethical way of life. Spiritual growth is not possible if you have a unethical life. What is unethical or immoral life? First thing is you should satyam vada, dharmam chara. These are all mentioned in the Shastras. But satyam vada means what? Whatever you say, you should do. You should keep your commitment. Nahi hua to mana karo. If you have to pay somebody, then you say, yes, tomorrow I'll pay, or I'll pay after 5 days, 1 month. But you should be able to pay. Don't say that 10 times you say, no, I'll pay tomorrow. That tomorrow never comes. Next thing is, this is the dharmachara. Dharma also includes so many other aspects, I mean, you cannot be tyrannical, you cannot do violence to other people, marpit karo, dakaiti karo, all that, wrong things you do, and then you say, I'll go for liberation. It can never happen. You must, your conduct must be dharmic. Isn't it? If you are a smuggler or you are a terrorist, can you be dharmic? Next thing, number two is, your sense organs should be under control. It should not be carried away by the presence of sensual desires. You see you pass by some, have a smell of the some delicious food. Oh, I'll go there on a pizza, or I'll have some tandoori chicken. All that, those things obviously you have to avoid. If you have decided you will stay sattvic, you have sattvic food. If you have decided to take food at home, you take food at home. Not that you cannot eat outside or something like that. What I'm telling you is, don't be carried away by your sense organs. Today you think of this, tomorrow you think of that. As itna acha, go to the mall and so many things you will find it's very. Don't get carried away by the sense organs which are roaming around, wandering in the objects of the world, and they say that, okay, buy this, acquire this, I'll look at a beautiful girl, all that, or I'll enjoy some sensual objects. These things should be avoided. Okay. The next thing is your see, once you do this, sense organs under control, then your action can be dharmic, your mind can be concentrated, and then you can move towards realization. Dharmic, concentration, and sense controls are necessary. Another way is that You have to discipline your mind. Maybe it is sounding at words only, but one by one you can take up a practice to discipline your mind. A disciplined mind means you adopt some tapas. Tapascharya, Tapa means something you do which is beyond your comfort level. Something voluntarily to you do for the purpose of greater good or controlling your senses. Chota baat देखो. Suppose you have so many social media. Uh, so try to control the number of groups that you have in WhatsApp groups. Or don't look at the phone. See, only morning you get up and see the WhatsApp message. Hey, who is caring for you so much that, and if you don't see the message, what happens? So early morning you wake up, you pray, you pray, do dhyana, all that you do, and instead you look at the WhatsApp messages and it will come to your phone. That is also to be avoided. Same way, avoid watching YouTube and Insta and all that, while going to bed. If you want to watch something, do that beforehand, but going to bed, don't give the phone with you. Many people have got that. So these are and if some of the habits are there, then you take a resolve, you make up your mind, no, I will not do this. And don't do it. At least for 1 month. Like food also. I like this so food, I go, it's out of control, I go. So you make up your mind, no, I will not eat this fruit. I like this fruit very much, but from today onwards, I will not eat for 1 month or 2 months or 1 year. It is the sankalpa that you take. And that once you do that, that is called tapas. Tapas means कुछ घटके करो, छटके करो, कुछ something difficult that is difficult for you, not for others. So these are the tapas. Once you do the tapas, your mind will be disciplined. And it is voluntary self-denial. Once you have this in mind, then your mind will not go to other sense objects. Thus, a person having some of these qualities, he can proceed on the spiritual path. He can progress on that. Once he progresses, he will also, Bhagavan also will know who is sincere, who is not, who is doing what. Bhagavan will know. Then he will also tell Tathastu. In this sloka, the Yamaraj is showing that you require some qualification for attaining liberation. And the qualification, what is given, and this is in line with what we have studied in Tattvabodha. Tattvabodha में क्या qualification लिखा है? Like विवेक, वैराग्य, षट्क संपत्ति, sama, dhamma, uparama. All this we have studied. So this is what is mentioned here. But in addition, what I can tell you, when how it is coming, is that sama. Sama means what? Mastery of the mind. Mastery of the mind is that your thought, you do that manonigraha. I told you that you control your mind, do concentration. This is what is given here. Sama. So in Dhamma also, Dhamma is also what? Dhamma means mastering the sense organs. Indriya Vibhuti. So this is what is given here. He has given the name itself, may not be mentioned in this. Same Sama Dhamma is mentioned here. Then it is given Samadhana. Focus on your mind with respect to your goal. This is what concentration will bring in, Samadhana. Then you have addition is that Dharma. Dharmika Jivan. How will you do that? That ethical and moral practices are required. The whole battlefield of Kurukshetra is because of dharma. Dharma sansthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. It's a dharma yuddha. Even though so many people are killed, the family, between the family, they are the battle. But because of dharma, it has happened. And you should remember, dharma rakshati rakshata. So Bhagavan will always protect dharma. So the dharma is highlighted in this mantra. And dharma is very essential without any compromise. But in the beginning, as I told you, you cannot lead a life of a dharmic life and aspire to be a spiritual person. It cannot be. The dharma is required for benefit of the self as well as for others. For the welfare of the society also it is required. It will help you to grow personally, and also it will help you to grow, help the society for the benefit of the society. It is not only the Jnani will lead the dharmic life. Everybody must know. Jnani and Ajnani, all of us must lead a dharmic life without compromise. So Vedas, whole of Vedas, I'll tell you, the Upanishads is a Jnana Shastra. But the Veda Purva Bhaga is a Dharma Shastra. It is telling you how to conduct yourself dharmic in a righteous manner. So more than half of the Vedas are Dharma only. Some people don't like the rituals, but it's necessary for your Chitta Suddhi. If you do Havan, if you do Parayan or some other sadhana, your Chitta Suddhi वही तो होता है ना. Dharma is a way of life. So that is utilized for not only gaining the progressing in the spiritual path, but also for your own happiness. If you lead a spiritual life, if you lead a dharmic life, obviously you will obtain sukha prapti, dukkha nivritti. You will attain sukha and the dukkha will go away. How it will go? See, like we have these 4 purusharthas. Purushartha, you understand? Dharma, artha, kama, moksha. The beginning itself, it is saying dharma, dharma, dharma. Everything that you do, it has to be on a dharmic way, ethical practices. If you conduct yourself in a dharmic way, that will lead to also artha. Artha uparjan, that means creation of wealth, material prosperity, also requires dharma. If you are indulging in some nefarious activities, you will never succeed in for even material gains. Even for creating wealth, you will never succeed. So for the pursuit of artha, you require dharma. Same way, kama is what? Kamana, that desires, sensory pleasures. That also you have to do in dharmic way. Then comes liberation or moksha. Dharma, artha, kama, moksha. So moksha also, the dharma continues because it's a way of life. Liberation requires dharma. So dharma is a sadhana for continuing your purushartha. You cannot give up or you cannot stop it. So attaining whatever you desire in terms of material gains or in terms of kamanas, you have to practice in a dharmic way. Again, dharma can get you sukha. Sukha means dukkha nibruti and avoidance of dukkha. That means अनिष्टम दूर कर देता है. इष्ट मिल जाता है, अनिष्ट दूर कर देता है. So dharma is used for fulfilling your desires, your sukha, your dukkha. Normally people think that I'll do dharma and I'll get sukha. No, your what is there in your prarabdha, the dukkha also, it will go away if you are leading a dharmic life. Dharma is utilized for your sadhana. See, whatever sadhana you are doing for a particular purpose. Sadhana means, we are talking of sadhana with respect to our spiritual pursuits. That you do japa, tapa, or dhyana, parayana, samadhana, samadhi, whatever you do, it has to be based on your dharmic conduct. Okay. See, dharma has got two things. Yours that can be used as a sadhana. Sadhana means is a means, and this is the way that will do, and it can be used as sadhya also. This is my goal. That dharmic conduct is my goal. I'll achieve that. Or you give the goal as moksha or karma, whatever goal you give, that also should be dharmic. And by pursuing dharma, you can get moksha. Okay? Because Bhagavan will be pleased, he will be satisfied, he will give you, bless you. But even after achieving moksha, you should not say that, no, I am a moksha, so now I am a realized person, I will not be dharmic. This cannot be. But the thing is that dharma can be used as a means, dharma can be used as a goal also. But after you attain moksha, that life of dharmic life should continue. But you should be above or beyond the dharma. But nobody will ask you. You do not do anything. It will happen by itself as it has become your character. It has become your nature. Then it says, prajnanena na apniyat. That means with prajnana, with the knowledge alone, you cannot achieve. That means you cannot attain moksha alone with the prajnana. Prajnana is the intelligence or jnana. So all these things what he is saying here, the dharmic way of life, controlling of the sense organs, concentration of the mind, and peaceful mind, all these are required. It's a prerequisite for proceeding on the spiritual path. Okay, you got that? In Bhagavad Gita, they have given some, in chapter 16, some sampatti, it is called Daivi Sampatti, Asuri Sampatti. Okay. Divine nature and demonical nature. So this is what is dharma. Divine nature is dharma. And in that he says, there are so many slokas on that, but I'll just read one of them. Abhayam sattva sansuddhi jnana yoga vyavasthitam danam damasta yajnascha swadhyaya tapa adavam. So these are the values or sampattis or the qualifications or wealth that you should have for your divine blessings. Abhayam is fearlessness. Sattva Samshuddhi means purity of mind. Jnana Yoga Vyavasthitam. And you should be knowledge and yoga. Danam Damascha Yajnascha. You should have charity, you should have control of the sense organs, and sacrifice. Study, austerity, all these things should be there. That means a good conduct. Your nature, your values should be there. These are called Daivi Sampati. Same way, Asuri Sampati also, they have described in 16 chapter. But the result is what? Result is given in 16.5. Daivi Sampad Vimokshaya Nibandha Asuri Mata Masucha Sampadam Daivim Abhijatosi Pandava. The divine nature is liberation. Daivi Sampati is Vimoksha. It is liberation only. That means if you are pursuing a dharmic path, that itself will bring you moksha. Daivi Sampad Vimokshaya Nibandha Asuri Mata. Nibandha, that means he is tired of, he is in bondage. A person with Asuri Sampati, whose mind is like that, then he is in bondage. Then Bhagavan said, O Pandava, you are destined to have only divine Sampat, so don't worry about it, you will be liberated. Why I am quoting this here is that importance of dharma in our conduct in the spiritual path. So all this will start how you think. What is your thought? Because your conduct, your actions, your all whatever you're doing is starting with a thought alone. So to make that thought, Daivi, divine thought. So you should be in the satsang, is paran or sadhana or talking about it. Like yesterday I told you, how do you stay in Brahma, all the time, dwelling in Brahman. Yat kathanam, yat chintanam, yadimat prabodhanat. That means same thing you keep on talking, you keep on contemplating, you keep on discussing with the co-students, then only your thought will remain like that. See, Ajay, I can tell you all things. Whenever you meet people, just a experience, whenever you meet people, when you are discussing in a party or whenever going to somewhere or walking around or, go for a walk, you are a group of people, all the time try to change the topic of discussion to spiritual path. Something you bring up. Any discussion is going on, turn around the discussion so that it centers around a spiritual topic. By now you are adept at it. You can bring Vedanta, you can bring Bhagavad Gita, you can bring any of these things that you have studied, and it is interesting for people if you can speak in their own language or what they understand. Not very house high sounding, but what they understand. So the idea is to not get involved in sansarika talk, conventional talks, but get diverted into the spiritual talk. That way, tat kathanam. So then your thoughts will also be towards that. They say, you watch your thoughts, they'll become your words. Whatever you're thinking, sometimes will speak out. And watch your words, they'll become your actions and habits. Your words will eventually become action. Then watch your habits, it will build your character. This is the character we are talking about. Dharmic character or adharmic character. And watch your character, it is your future. The future is your liberation. If you build up a character through right thought, right words, right action, then right character, then obviously you will be eligible for your future. Future means here we say is the liberation, moksha. So, so that means from the beginning, from the bija only, from the in the mind itself, you try to uh, you know make your changes in the thought process itself. Okay. So this mantra is highlighting the sadhana chatushtaya in a different way, but as I told you, it's the same sadhana chatushtaya. And you understand, yes, put the dharma also into that. And I told you how important is dharmic way of life, the conduct in dharma. With this, we conclude this slok mantra number 24. We'll close the class now. Hari Om.